Hi there, how is your spring going? I hope that you guys are really busy and the phone is just ringing off the hook. I'm really excited about today's marketing lesson. I want to share just a little bit of a story with you. I had a huge success. I'm very proud of myself this week. I have a client who is a personal injury lawyer. Needless to say, that category of lawyers, the market is extremely competitive, very crowded. When he came to me, he had not really done well. Actually, I'll just be honest. He had way overpaid a marketing agency, and they literally, over the 2 or 3 years he was with them, didn't do anything for his business. When he came to me, one of the first things that we do for a client is to figure out where they are in the search, and we will go up to 25 pages of search just to find out, to see if where they are exactly, because we can't document success if we don't know where they are. Well, here's the thing. After 25 pages of looking for this law firm, he was nowhere in the search. Needless to say, he was in Siberia. He was nowhere. So, one of the things we had to do when we realized how competitive this was, and his budget isn't as large as some of the other law firms, so we had to make do with what we had. And so, one of the things I did was I took a look and I saw places where other law firms weren't doing a great job. And one of the ways they weren't doing a great job was in their Google business places. Now, in order to make this work for you, you have to learn how I think. And how I think is, when I'm thinking through this process, I'm totally removed myself from my own view. I'm thinking about the searcher. I'm thinking about the person who's looking for a lawyer. I'm thinking about what's going through their head and how they're conducting their search. And that's where my mindset is, and that's sort of how I draw conclusions and also make decisions on what our moves are as far as marketing strategy. Needless to say, again, it was a little stressful because he's nowhere ever in the search, but I found that a lot of attorneys in his space weren't doing a good place. They weren't doing a great job with local marketing. Matter of fact, they were doing a terrible job with local marketing. So for this particular attorney, what I did was I took his Google Places and I populated it. We made it 100%. Google Places is a fantastic marketing opportunity, but you have to make sure that it's 100%. And what I mean by that is make sure that you have pictures, you have links to your website, there's so many things that you can do. Just make sure it's 100% populated, and it'll actually give you a grade. It'll say 87% or it'll say 90%, and finally you'll see 100% when it's 100% completed. So this is what we did with this particular client. Also, we started doing things like sharing blogs and things like that, because it allows you to share links and things like that. And I started using very specific keywords in the titles and in the different places. Now, here's the thing. You have to have keywords in your marketing strategy. You need to know what your keywords are. For example, Handyman, Birmingham, Alabama. You have to know what your keywords are, and you need to use those keywords. There are places in your Google Places to put these keywords. Okay, so we did that, and so here's the mindset. When the consumer types in injury, a car accident, or personal injury attorney, they are typically going to make a choice from that first page. They're not going to go to page 2. They certainly aren't going to go to page 25. So my mindset was, okay, if I can get my attorney, if I can get him his Google Places listing, which pops up first, him and 7 other people, if I can get his to come up at the top, then I can actually give him a quick boost to the organic search. Well, after a few weeks of working the strategy, actually I take that back, not weeks, a few months. It took a couple of months to work the strategy, and finally he is actually showing up now. His Google Places is showing up in the 7 attorneys where their Google Places are showing up. He is on page 1, and we're not at the top yet, but we're getting there. So What I mean by this is Google Places is an amazing opportunity to get your business at the top of the search. When your customer, by the way, over 70% of people, when they need something, they go to the internet to look for that. They're going to make the decision from page 1. You want to be on page 1. So as many times as you're listed on page 1 helps you master that search. You want them to choose you. So if you will use your Google Places, make sure it's 100% populated. Make sure you have some keywords. Now here's the next step. I happen to know for a fact that you have to have at least 5 customers that loves you. At least 5. And what you want to do is you want to send to that customer a little paragraph that says, hey, would you mind going to our Google Places and leaving us a review? It really helps our business. As a matter of fact, I'm going to attach to this marketing lesson, I'm going to attach for you the verbiage that you can use to send to your customer. If you get 5 reviews, that is enough to maybe even push you up in the search. I have another client, another great success story. He is a landscaper in Birmingham. Again, landscaping here in Birmingham is something that's very, very, very crowded. And when he came to me, he was another client that really wasn't in the search. But he has customers and clients that love him. So we were able to sort of cash in on that, get them to do reviews, and it literally pushed him up in a few weeks. It literally, within a few weeks, pushed him up at the top of the search for the Google Places on page 1. He is at the top for landscaping, and that is creating business for him. That is making his phone ring. So this is real. So here's my question. Do you have 5 customers who will be rock stars for you that you can send a little email to and say, hey, do you mind giving me some feedback in my business? It really, really helps us on the internet. And people, especially if you ask nicely, most people, especially people who love you, are going to do that for you because it only takes a few seconds. Now, one other thing that's starting to become kind of popular, because let's face it, local marketing is heating up. People know that reputation marketing is important. It's getting more and more and more important. And what happens is when these things start to come out, guess what? The snake salesmen come out too, because they know that you want a quick and easy fix. Everybody wants a quick and easy fix. So what they're doing is they're offering you this service. Well, they'll have people that don't even know you from Adam give you fake reviews. Now, let me tell you something. Google is very smart, okay? Don't think for a minute that they're not going to figure this out at some point. Just like all the different algorithm changes they've made. I'm sure you've heard of Panda and Hummingbird and all those things where they are doing their best to combat and fight spam. Don't think that they're not going to find out about this. Don't think they're not going to find out about that. And then what's going to happen is going to be devastating to your business. If you manage to use fake reviews to get to page 1 at some point or another, when they do figure this out, and they will, that's going to be taken from you. But let's face it. You know, I'm a very integrity-driven marketing person. I believe that there's never a good time to do anything dishonest and lie. Again, over 70% of the population uses the internet to find, businesses, to find the things that they need. And you don't want to do that with lies. You don't want to misrepresent your business, and you don't want to be known as a company that doesn't have integrity in their marketing. So when that person does send you that email, when that person does call you on the phone, just hang up. You don't want fake reviews. You have enough resources, and you can get enough people that are your existing customers to give you feedback. And like I said, just 5 would literally be enough to push you up, probably up against a couple of other people into the top. Because truthfully, here's the thing. Most people aren't doing a good job at using this. They're just not. And it's a great opportunity for you to seize and do it better. And it will push you up in the search. So hey, if you need some help with this, if you want to call me sometime, I'd love to talk with you through the process. If you don't have your Google Places claimed, or if you even don't have it to 100%, I'm more than happy to help you with that. And also too, I want to mention that about the email marketing, I'm working with several of you to get your email marketing set up, because I do have a process and a plan in place now. So hey, if you're ready to get your email marketing set up, you know, your existing customer base is the most valuable thing that you have. You should be using it, and you should be getting sales and getting more customers that way. So reach out to me. I'm happy to help you get your email marketing set up. And also too, about Google, I would love to get you set up where you understand more about this, and you understand how to use this as a resource to get you more customers. See ya.